Hi everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to remove the background using Opencv from a video. So let's start to write the code. Import cv2 and then import numpy as np. Cap equals cv2 video capture 0. So here we are basically defined the web camera, and 0 stands for the first webcam. If you have more, you can say 1 or 2, it depends. I have just one, so I put 0. And then while true, this is the loop to run our video. Here we are basically running each frame of the video here inside, so we can work on each frame of the video, because even when you work on the video you actually are working on an image. Then when you have 30 images per second, then you get the illusion that it's actually a video. So we have underscore comma frame. Underscore, it means when you get a value but you don't need it, you can just put a name or underscore. Underscore, actually you are not saving it into a variable. Frame cap dot read, and then let's first show our frame. c2 dot im show frame, the frame, and then key equals cv2 dot wait key, and this function needs to wait. So Opencv is telling basically how much does he has to wait before going to the next frame. In the case you have a webcam, whatever value you put, if it's 1 or 30, doesn't make much difference. But if you have a video, then in that case it will be different, because with the video you have already all the frames of the video saved, so you can change the speed of the video. The higher is the number here, the slower it will go the video. So in this case I'm going to say 30, and then and 0xff. You don't need to know what this is for. It's just when you have 64-bit version of Opencv you need to write this. Then if k equals 27, then break. 27, if you press the S on the keyboard, when it comes here it returns 27. So when you press ESC here equals 27, it breaks the loop and it closes the video. Then what next? We need to release the webcam, cap.release, and then cv2.destroy all windows. In this simple code it doesn't make much difference if you write these 2 lines or not, because at the end of this loop Python stops running. But in case you put this code inside a longer or more complicated program, it can happen that first it doesn't release the camera, so you don't have actually the video, but your camera is taken by your program and you cannot use it anywhere else, and maybe it doesn't destroy the window. And so it's good practice always to write these 2 lines. And let's run this one, and here I have the video. This is me. And what do I want to do? I want to remove the green background that I have behind. You can see when there is some like aureola, because there is so much sun right now. I hope that it will go away because it will be easier to work. Anyway, this is actually a homemade green screen that I realized with napkins from Tesco, and you can create your own green screen, like buying some big sheets of paper, and then you can link them. So the important anyway that you have some on the background, that you have the same color, so it can be green or it can be blue, for example. But if you have blue background and blue t-shirt, it can be a problem. So let's work with this one. Okay, I stopped the video, and so we need to work on this frame. But first we need to change the format of the frame. So we can say HSV equals cv2.cvt color. So what do we want to change? The color of the frame, so we put frame here, and then cv2.color, and then we have to pass the format of the original frame, which is always BGR when you read it from Opencv, to HSV. And so now we need to work on this one. So we need to create a mask, which is cv2.inRange HSV, and then we have lower green and upper green. So what is it? A mask. A mask, it basically covers everything that is between this range, this lower green and upper green. And so we need to define this range here, these ranges, and let's say lower green equals np.array, and let's put all the minimum here, all 0, 0 and 0, and let's put the maximum here, upper green np.array. The maximum in this case it is 179, 255 and 255. So HSV stands for U, saturation, and V means something else that I forgot what it means now. Anyway, and so this value stands, 0 is the minimum for the H, and 179 is the maximum for the H. So the second one is for the S, and third one for the V. And so we created the mask, and so let's show the mask. cv2.im show mask and mask. So this is the frame and this is the mask. It is white because it is covering everything, because the ranges are from the minimum to the maximum, taking each color. So now we can try to change these values. Instead of 0 to 169, let's say from 0 to 70, Let's see if something changes on our mask, and you can see that it is already good progress, because the background, the green background, it's almost properly covered. And so we can try to modify all these values in order to find the proper range. And for this I have a better idea, which is to create a track bar so you can change these ranges in real time. Otherwise you have to start the video, then you see how it is, then stop it, then change the values and try again, and it takes really long time. So follow what I am doing now. So I'm going to create a panel equals, so np.zeros, and then 100, 700, 3, np.wint 8. Nothing complicated in this one, so I'm basically creating a black screen, nothing more, and which is this numpy code to create an array with 100 rows and 700 columns. And so it's like having 100 pixels of height, 700 pixels of width, and these are 3 channels for the color. But so you can put this one to have like color image, but doesn't make much difference. You can even remove these 3 and it will work the same. So let's cv2.im show panel, and let's run it. Whoa, not found. Oh, panel and panel, and here it is, our panel. And I'm going to add to this new window a track bar. So let's say cv2 dot name it window panel. What next? We need to cv2 dot create track bar. First we need to pass the title, so I'm going to create 6 track bars to change these 6 values. So the first one is the low h, l h, let's say this way, low h, and then where do I want this track bar? On the panel, and the value from 0 to 179, and nothing. This is a bit strange, yeah, I know, but there's nothing here. I found it on the documentation, and you have to create a function like def nothing, which takes one argument, x, and which does nothing. You have to know that Opencv, it works for Python, for C++, with Java, and I'm sure with some other programming languages. So sometimes it is not like really Pythonic what you see, like this one. It will actually make no sense, at least in this case, but just put it anyway, nothing. That's how it works. cv2 dot create track bar. Now the second, the upper h, then panel. In this case we set already the maximum value 179 and nothing. I'm copying this too, and then I change this with 255 here again. So lower h, upper h, in this case is lower s, upper s, lower v, upper v. Let's run it and let's see how it works. So here is our panel, our mask, but nothing happens. It's okay because nothing has to happen right now. So we created the track bar. Now we need to use them. So we need to call each one and to get the value. So when I say, for example, here instead of lower green, here instead of 0, I want this to be 50. So this track bar has to somehow change this value, and so has the upper has to change this one, like 72 must go here, and so for the other ones. So let's start with the lower h and upper h. Let's call it LH equal cv2 dot get track bar pause, and let's copy this one, the title of the track bar and the title of the window, and we take this value after we get it from the track bar. You take it and we put it here. So we do the same for the rest. So upper h equals c2 get track bar upper h, then lower s equals lower s, upper s, lower v, cv2 dot lower v and upper v, and we need to change this one, this value, so lower s and lower v from the lower values, and then upper s and upper v from the upper value. So let's run this one, and here is the mask and here is the panel. So let's now try working with this panel. You see that as I change in real time, I get all the changes on the background, and that's what we want. So now that we know that our mask is working properly, we need to put the mask. So here we have the mask, and let's say we need to put it on the frame somehow, and what the mask doesn't cover, it actually what we will see. So let's do this. So first we need to get the background of our real image. So background is cv2 dot bitwise and frame mask equals mask. Well, what is this bitwise? This bitwise is an operation which is taking two arguments, in this case frame and frame, and it's putting our filter. And then we're going to do the same to take the foreground, but we invert the filter. cv2 dot bitwise and frame mask equals mask inverse, but we don't have the mask inverse. You see, we get the error, and so we need to do the same here. We need to get mask inv equals cv2 dot bitwise not mask. So basically bitwise not. What is not the mask? It is mask inverse. It is the opposite. So if the mask that covers our window is white in this case, and the background is black, in this case the mask is black and the background is white. As easy as that. So let's try to show the foreground and the background of our frame. So we don't really need to show the mask right now. We can just delete this one, and we don't even need to show the frame. We just show background bg cv2.im show fg for foreground fg. And so this is the foreground and this is the background. Let's work with this. So we want on the background only the homemade green screen, and I want to remove everything else. Actually this is the opposite here. Okay, background, you see that now we already got some results with some small editing. And we can change these values. This is probably the best result that we have right now. And already I have, okay, this is already a good result. Of course you can make some more improvement. And then the problem is that I don't have a big green screen, so there is some part which still it shows. What can we do in this case? In this case we need to cut the video, and let's do that right now. So we are working here with a frame. Okay. Now instead of the frame, we are going to create ROI, which is region of interest. So basically we are taking only what we need and cutting all the rest out from the image. ROI in this case is 0, and p dot weight is frame from 0 to 480, and this is the resolution of the frame, so the resolution that I get from the webcam. How can you know that? Let's comment for a moment this one. So basically you can print frame.shape, run this one. So 480 is the height and 640 is the width. So from 0 to 480 and from 0 to 640, and we need to use arrow high here instead of the frame, and here arrow high, and here as well. So let's try to cut a part of the image. Let's say that okay, this is the image. Let's say that I want to remove all this part. This part here, I want to remove it. I might say that it starts, instead from 0 on the left, it starts from 150, and you see that already there is a difference. So we can do some nice thing like we did for the HSV values, and we can add some track bar for our window size, and so we can change our window size at real time. So here cv2.create track bar, so we say rows panel. So let's say start as rows, because we need S is like the starting point, and from the 8 is the ending point, so the last one. Panel, so it is 0, 480, and nothing. And cv2.create track bar, instead of S, and rows panel 480 and 480 and nothing, and the same for the columns. cv2.create track bar as col panel 0 to 640, nothing, and of the column panel 0 640. And so as we did for the HSV values, now we need to get the values before actually adding them. So here we have S row equals, we copy this one, cv2.get track bar position, and we put S rows here, the title of the track bar, and let's copy this one, 1, 2, and 3, end of the rows, rows, start of the column, and end of the column. So start call and call, and here we need to change these values, end of the row, start of the column, end of the column, and let's run it and see how it works. Start row, you can see how it changes. It gets shorter from the top, from the end, so from the bottom, and then so we can just get our green screen and work with that. So let's, okay, now I want to get only the green screen, so I will cut this part and then cut this part. Okay, I can go even from the bottom. You see on the bottom there is some green screen missing, so rows now. Okay, here I have almost, okay, the green screen out of that. I'm going a bit farther and let's try to remove the background, adjusting these values. So this is the foreground, you can see. No, mistake. Anyway, I consider this to be a pretty decent result, considering that I don't have a proper green screen, and the light, you can see it's different. This one is really clear and this one is darker, because actually the light is coming from this part only. But when you have front light against you, and that you can get really good quality. Okay, that's it for the moment. Of course, there are other improvements that you can make to the image. To remove the noise, you can apply some filters, but we will see that in another video, not now. Thanks for watching, and please leave me a feedback on the comment, and see you in the next video.